So my last night in Mexico, and not a bad place to spend it as I'm here beside the Caribbean coast. Tomorrow I cross the border into Belize, and I'm really looking forward to finding out a little bit about the Creole culture down there. Mexico's been fascinating, and I have to say I've yet to find one person here as less humanity or decency than Donald Trump. Let's build a ladder. Anyway, every country I go through, I try to find out a little bit about their culture, and of course in Mexico, as throughout Central America, I'm particularly interested in finding out about the Mayan culture, but more of that later, because I do intend to see a fairly big Mayan site down in Guatemala, which will be after Belize. One thing that I did read quite a lot about while I was here was the Mexican Civil War, just to understand exactly what happened, and I'm not going to bore you with the details of that war, but one character you will know of, Pancho Villa, who was one of the great revolutionary leaders, and also was someone who appeared in many Hollywood movies on the subject. Old Pancho was quite a lad. During his relatively short life, he managed to marry 75 times, often just tearing up the wedding documents of the previous wife, and he had some 60 children, if the facts are to be believed. That would be enough for any man's life, except that old Pancho got assassinated when he was about 45. So I guess that guy was getting married between 3 or 4 times a year. Not bad, given that part of his revolution was the freedom of women. The other big platform of his revolution was agrarian reform. And what he ended up doing after being defeated in battle about 3 times was to do a deal with the then president that saw him being gifted 25,000 acres of land, and he was to live out the rest of his life peacefully as a very wealthy ranchero. Didn't quite happen. As I say, he was assassinated when he was just 45 years of age. Some life and some legacy. Anyway, that was Mexico. I've loved it. The people have been great. I haven't been murdered, raped, sold drugs to, or robbed in my whole time here, which isn't bad going. Belize tomorrow. Check this out.